Hey guys, it's Saga from TechWorks. Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2 and the Redmi Note 6 Pro are two of the strongest contenders in the very popular smartphone price range of under 15,000 rupees. In some of the areas they are very similar, while in others they are miles apart. Since they are priced very close to each other, a lot of you guys are very confused that which one would be right for you. This was actually one of the most asked questions from you guys ever since the Zenfone Max Pro M2 was announced. When you look at these phones individually, both are excellent options and provide a very good value for the money that you pay for them. But if you start comparing them, things can get really confusing. With this video, I hope to make that decision a bit easier for you guys. We will look at the similarities and differences between these phones. That way, you can see which phone offers you all or most of the things that you are looking for at this price range. But before we do that, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the amazing videos coming up on this channel. Let us start with the first and most obvious point, price. Redmi Note 6 Pro starts at 13,999 rupees for 4GB RAM and 64GB storage variant, while Zenfone Max Pro M2 starts at 12,999 rupees for 3GB RAM and 32GB of built-in storage. Here are prices of other variants of both these phones. There is a 1,000 rupees difference between the price of each variant of both these phones. Base variant of the Zenfone Max Pro M2 is cheaper one of the two, so if price is the most important factor for you, just go with the Zenfone Max Pro M2. At these prices, you get well-built phones with good and refined design. Note 6 Pro comes with a design which many of us are really familiar with. It comes with a metal back with plastic pieces at the top and bottom, which now also run along the sides. Max Pro M2 comes with a reflective plastic back. This design is also not radically new, as many of the other manufacturers have used it on their devices. Design is subjective, and which one you go for actually depends on your likes and preferences. But if I had to choose between these two, I would say Max Pro M2 has a more attractive look in design. So while we are at design and build, we should also talk about the durability. Note 6 Pro has a metal back, so it feels more robust compared to the plastic back of the Max Pro M2. But at the front, Max Pro M2 comes with a Gorilla Glass 6 protection, which is first for any phone in this price range. While the Note 6 Pro comes with some older generation of Gorilla Glass, the actual generation of which Xiaomi doesn't even want us to know about. Both phones have more or less same dimensions, with the Max Pro M2 being just 2mm thicker than the Note 6 Pro, but it still weighs less. Weight and thickness of the Max Pro M2 is especially impressive since it packs in a mammoth 5000 mAh battery, while the Note 6 Pro comes with a 4000 mAh battery under its hood. At the front, both of them have a similar 6.26-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display, and both of them have a notch at the top. This notch on the Max Pro M2 is smaller than the one on the Note 6 Pro. Behind the notch, M2 hides a 13MP front-facing camera, ambient light and proximity sensor, and a LED flash for low-light selfies. Earpiece speaker and a RGB notification LED is cramped up in a small grill above the display. On the Note 6 Pro, this notch is holding the earpiece speaker, dual front-facing cameras, ambient light and proximity sensors, and a white notification LED. Other than size of the notch, most of the things at the front, including the size of the bezels running around the sides and at the bottom of the display, is almost same on both these phones. If you are someone who doesn't like the notch, then on the Note 6 Pro there is an option to hide it, but there is no such option right now on the Max Pro M2. On the Note 6 Pro, you can also hide the navigation buttons to take full advantage of this big display, and you can then use the swiping gestures to navigate through the user interface. There is no such option to hide the navigation buttons on the Max Pro M2, and the only two gestures that you can use on this phone right now are double tap to wake or lock the screen. Both the displays can get pretty bright to be viewed in most of the outdoor lighting conditions. Note 6 Pro comes with a hybrid SIM tray where you can either use 2 nano SIM cards or 1 nano SIM card and a microSD card at a time. While on the Zenfone Max Pro M2, you don't need to choose between using 2 SIM cards or a microSD card to expand the storage, as it comes with a SIM tray which has a dedicated slot for 2 nano SIM cards and a microSD card, which is really nice. Ports and buttons are also similar on both these phones, where they have the SIM card tray on the left side, power and volume buttons on the right, micro USB port for charging and data transfer, and a speaker grill on its right side at the bottom. Max Pro M2 also has the 3.5mm audio jack at the bottom, while the audio jack on the Note 6 Pro is placed at the top, and it also comes with an IR blaster over here. Fingerprint sensor on both these phones is placed at the back. Both the sensors are fast and accurate. One on the Note 6 Pro feels a bit faster, since its unlock animation is a few frames faster compared to the animation on the Zenfone Max Pro M2. So the speed of the fingerprint sensor on both these phones is exactly the same, but the animations on the Note 6 Pro are a bit faster. You can observe the same when you lock the phone as well. Note 6 Pro is locked the moment you press the lock button, but on the Max Pro M2, there seems to be a fade to black animation which takes about 1/4 of a second. Both phones also offer Face Unlock if you don't want to scan your finger or type in your password every time. Face Unlock is a convenient way to unlock your phone, but it is nowhere as secure as the fingerprint sensor. When compared side by side, Face Unlock is equally fast on both these phones. Redmi Note 6 Pro is powered by the same Snapdragon 636 processor as the Redmi Note 5 Pro, and it comes with Adreno 509 GPU, 4 or 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of built-in storage. You also have the option to expand the storage via a microSD card, but then you will have to choose between using a second SIM card or expanding the memory, as it comes with a hybrid SIM tray. Zenfone Max Pro M2 wins by quite a margin, as it is powered by a Snapdragon 660 processor, Adreno 512 GPU, comes with 3, 4 or 6 GB RAM options and 32 or 64 GB of built-in storage, which you can further expand thanks to a dedicated microSD card slot. Overall day-to-day performance of both these phones feel fast. Max Pro M2 is a bit better at handling some tasks. It also feels slightly faster while you are navigating through the operating system, and some apps open a bit faster on it. But the difference is only visible when you compare these phones side by side. RAM management is also good on both the phones, and they have no problems keeping few apps open in the background. If you're someone who likes to see numbers, then here are Geekbench 4 scores from both these phones. It is no surprise that the Max Pro M2 scored higher thanks to its internals. Both phones pack in all the necessary sensors like accelerometer, gyroscope, GPS, ambient light and proximity sensors, and so on. Note 6 Pro also gets an IR sensor at the top. You can use the remote control app on this phone to control your home appliances like TVs and ACs. Personally, I don't use it, but people who do tell me that it comes in very handy. Note 6 Pro comes with a 4000 mAh battery, while the Max Pro M2 comes with a significantly larger 5000 mAh battery. Both phones last for over a day, but the Max Pro M2 consistently lasts me for almost 2 days. Both the phones come with 10W charger in the box. Note 6 Pro supports Quick Charge 3.0 for fast charging, so you can juice it up pretty fast with a compatible quick charger. But the Zenfone Max Pro M2 does not support fast charging, and it takes about 3 hours and 15 minutes to go from 5 to 100% with the included charger. I tried charging it with a Quick Charge 3.0 compatible charger right before this video, and it actually says charging rapidly. So I will have to actually test it out if it is really charging faster with this charger, or is it just saying so because it detected a fast charger being connected. Hit the like button if you want me to test it out and make a video about it. There is a single downward firing speaker on both the phones, but the one on the Max Pro M2 can get much louder, and it actually produces fuller and a bit richer sounding audio of the two. Both phones feature dual camera setup at the back. Note 6 Pro comes with a 12 megapixel primary camera with f1.9 aperture and an individual pixel size of 1.4 micron. Its secondary camera has a 5 megapixel depth sensor with f2.2 aperture, where each individual pixel has a size of 1.12 micron. Primary camera on the Zenfone Max Pro M2 also gets a 12 megapixel sensor but with f1.8 aperture and an individual pixel size of 1.25 micron. Secondary camera is again 5 megapixel depth sensor with f2.4 aperture, and each individual pixel has a size of 1.12 micron. At the front, you get a 13 megapixel selfie camera with f2.0 aperture and a dedicated LED flash on the Max Pro M2. Note 6 Pro gets a dual camera setup at the front as well. Primary camera has a mammoth 20 megapixel sensor with f2.0 aperture, and the secondary camera has a 2 megapixel depth sensor with f2.2 aperture. Max Pro M2 can take 4K 30fps videos, and with a software update, ASUS has promised to add electronic stabilization to the front-facing videos as well. Note 6 Pro maxes out at shooting 1080p 30fps videos. You can take slow motion and time-lapse videos on the Note 6 Pro, but the Zenfone Max Pro M2 doesn't allow any of these features at the moment. If you have been following the channel for the last 10 days or so, you might know that the Note 6 Pro can take incredible images. But since ASUS has not added all the features like AI scene detection and portrait mode for the front-facing camera, I have not been able to test its camera to the full potential. ASUS said they will be pushing out a software update to add these features sometime in December, so till then, I am holding on making its camera review and comparing its camera with the Note 6 Pro. Stick around on the channel for a full in-depth camera review and a comparison with the Note 6 Pro as soon as ASUS releases that software update. Now coming to the software that both these phones are running. ASUS ZenFone Max Pro comes with stock Android operating system, and because of that, ASUS can actually push out major software updates on this phone much sooner compared to other manufacturers. Redmi Note 6 Pro comes with Xiaomi's own MIUI skin running on top of Android. Both the phones are running on Android 8.1 right now. ASUS has promised Android Pie update sometime in January of 2019, but we don't have any official word on when the Android Pie update will be coming for the Note 6 Pro. I'm more of a stock Android person, so I lean more towards the Max Pro M2 when it comes to software. But at the same time, I also appreciate the level of customizations and features that MIUI 10 brings along to the Note 6 Pro. Something like swiping anywhere on the home screen to bring down the quick settings panel, option to hide the notch, full screen gestures and more are features which are available on the Note 6 Pro, but on the Max Pro M2, we will have to wait for Google to add these features into their operating system in order for them to make their way as an update on this phone. On Xiaomi's MIUI running devices, you can see some ads coming up in certain apps or even on the user interface. And if you want to avoid all these ads, I suggest you go with the Max Pro M2. But just like design, software is a matter of personal preference, so you will have to decide which one you go with based on your own needs and likes. So to sum it up, here are things that are similar on both these phones. 6.26-inch Full HD Plus display, face unlock, fingerprint sensor at the back, 3.5mm audio jack, dual SIM support, all necessary sensors, buttons and ports except the headphone jack are in the exact same position, and both have micro USB port for charging and data transfer. If these are the things that matter to you the most, you can go with either of these phones. And here are things that are different on both. Note 6 Pro has a slightly lower price point. It also has IR blaster at the top. The back is made of metal. It does not have the latest Gorilla Glass protection on the display. The design is not new, so it feels a bit dated. Notch is bigger and it houses dual front-facing cameras. It comes with a white notification LED. Single speaker at the bottom can get loud, but it doesn't produce rich audio. At the back, you get 12 plus 5 megapixel dual camera setup. It can't shoot 4K videos. Scored lower in the benchmarks since it has a slightly underpowered processor and GPU. It comes with a 4000 mAh battery. Supports Quick Charge 3.0. MIUI 10 gives it a lot of features which are missing on the Max Pro M2. It comes with a hybrid SIM tray, and all its variants are readily available on Flipkart's website. Max Pro M2 on the other hand is priced a bit higher. Its back is made of reflective plastic, which makes it look good, but it also attracts a lot of fingerprints. It gets Gorilla Glass 6 protection for the display. The design is much improved compared to the Max Pro M1. Notch is smaller than the Note 6 Pro, and it also packs in a dedicated LED flash. It has RGB LED notification light. Speaker produces richer audio, and at the back, it also gets a 12 plus 5 megapixel camera setup, and it can shoot 4K 30fps videos. It has faster and upgraded processor and GPU, so it scored higher in the benchmark tests. Comes with a 5000 mAh battery which lasts much longer, but it does not support fast charging. It comes with stock Android, so major software updates should come much faster. The SIM tray has a dedicated slot for 2 nano SIM cards and a micro SD card. So these are all the differences between these two devices. Now that you have all the points and features jotted down, it should have made your decision a bit easier. Go through all these points and then decide which of these features are most important to you. And in the end, which one of these devices have you decided to get? Do let me know in the comment section. I hope this video helped you a bit in your decision making process. If you want to support the channel, then please use the affiliate links in the description to purchase any of these phones. It will help the channel out at no extra cost to you. That is it for this video guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.